I ever did was a Taco Bell commercial at the age of 15, and so I just liked it, you know what I mean? I was on my first commercial set, and ever since then, I just had a passion for acting. So, for me, acting is just fun, you know what I'm saying? You get to be someone else who you're not in real life, and, portray different characters and just kind of think outside of the box. So, acting became a passion for me, and it's just something that I like to do.
And from there, you're just like auditioning on the sets and
Yeah, the way it works is you have an agent and a manager, and they hook you up with auditions. So there's something that comes in that's called a breakdown sheet. So the agent or manager will get this breakdown sheet, and it will say looking for a Hispanic guy between the ages of 20 to 30, and then my manager will read that, and if I fit that profile, then they'll send me in for the interview, and then I just read the part, and that's how the acting works. So yeah, I just go to auditions and interviews and so forth, and hope to get the job.
What made you decide to do the Taco Bell commercial?
It was the first thing that I ever did in my life. I was 15 years old, and I got that because I was acting a fool in an acting class, and I was just kind of being funny and just kind of energetic and out there. And there was a producer who was sitting in class that day who was scouting out talent. So he hooked me up with a commercial and asked me if I'd be willing to do it. And I was 15. A good amount of money was offered to me as well, and it was to be on TV. You know what I mean? So who wouldn't take that offer? So it was just exciting. I was nervous at the time, but it was the first thing I ever did, and it worked out. It worked out. It's kind of what jump-started my career, if you will.
So you just you had a passion for acting, so you took an acting class. First of all, was this a high school class to get credits?
No. I was homeless at the time, and I was living with this girl, and she wanted to be an actress. But one day she invited me to an acting class because she wanted to be the model, the actress, and the whole Hollywood deal. So I just went with her, just because.
Yeah, support.
Yeah, support. And when I was in there, they do like stupid exercises, like, close your eyes and picture you're in the jungle.
Yeah.
Or like, exercises to warm you up before you actually act on stage.
Yeah.
And, like I said, it was just, as I got into it deeper and deeper, it just became a passion. It became something that I really like doing. Yeah.
if this career path never took place, where would you see yourself now?
Prison? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if that's a good question. If I wasn't an actor, I'm not saying don't go to high school, don't go to college. I've been to college once, I had to drop somebody off. But I'm just saying, stay in college, you know what I mean, get your degree. But I'm just making a point, I don't know, if I wasn't an actor, or if I don't know what I would be doing. I really don't know. That's a good question. I don't even have an answer for that, really. Acting kind of saved my life in a sense. I was getting into a lot of trouble when I was a kid, and acting kind of took me out of that trouble and gave me another path, gave me another avenue. So, really, truthfully, I don't know. I'd be working at Walmart or some fast food restaurant. I have no idea.
What career path did you want to pursue when you were growing up?
I didn't really, think like that. You know what I mean? My thing was just kind of like I was living for the moment and living day to day. And I was kind of I had the attitude of whatever happens, happens. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, I didn't really, think of a career or think of something that I wanted to pursue, in other words, I just kind of went with the flow. And I don't think like that now, though. And I encourage kids not to think like that now. It's very intelligent to know where you want to go and where you're headed in life. Because the decisions that you make now can affect your future, the way that time has changed. But back then, when I was growing up, I was I was being a knucklehead in the streets, I was gangbanging, I was making all the wrong choices, and I didn't really, have a way that I was, I didn't really have a goal, in other words.
Other question. I'm not saying you're a bad actor, because I see the movies, especially Training Day, which is one of my favorites. But if your acting career doesn't go off, well, do you have a backup plan?
Yeah, rob people. No, I'm just kidding, man. I do have a backup plan. I actually started a production company. It's called Entangled Entertainment. And what I'm doing now is I'm making my own movies. producing. So that's my backup plan right now, which I'm actually in the middle of right now, making my first movie.
What's your favorite out of writing, producing, and directing?
I would have to say writing, because that's where you create the story and where you have a vision that you set in place. And, you know, without a dream, our people will perish, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I like the writing aspect of it because it gives me a chance to, you know, write a story and bring it to life. But none of this happens over here without a script. So a script is a very, very crucial part to any movie, period. You can't do a movie without a script.
I see the scripts and like they're pretty hard to write. Are they actually really hard to write? Because you have to chop it out and have different parts.
Yeah, it depends, you know what I mean? You really have to sit there and you really have to focus. You have to take your time. You gotta let nothing distract you. You know, it's a time where you even have to shut off friends for a while, you know what I mean? You have to really know where you're going in life, and in order to do that sometimes, there's certain people that, you know, if they bring you down or bring negativity into your world, you know, my advice would be cut them off and make your dream happen.
Okay, that's great.
What movie part did you enjoy working on the most?
I would say Bruce Almighty, where the monkey came out my butt, you know? Just because it was a chance to do comedy, and it was a chance to do something else. It took me away from, you know, the typical gangster role. That's cool too, but you know, you don't want to be an actor who's stereotyped. You want to be an actor who could branch out, who could do different things. So I would say Bruce Almighty for the comedy side of it was actually one of my favorite roles that I had a lot of fun doing.
What's your dream acting like job? Like if you can choose any character, what character would it be?
I would want to be a character that you see a transformation in his life take place. You know, the best way, and a character that has, you know, a dream and a goal and a vision that he actually successfully succeeds in. You know, a perfect example of that is like
Blindside?
A Blindside, you know, Patch Adams, you know, movies like that, you know. And I always wanted to be in a cowboy movie, you know, like Tombstone or something like that, or Young Guns or whatever. I don't know, just to do something different. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, just to try to branch out. So I think that'd be fun too. I used to, you know, sit in jail sometimes, and I'm like, you know, smoking weed, drinking with the homies, and you know, the nightlife at the hotels, and I'm like, now I'm in jail? Like, really? Like, that's just the way it goes. But if you surround yourself with the wrong people, that's the way that it's going to go down for you. And we don't think about that at the moment because a lot of us have that front that we want to put on. But I tell you, playing the tough guy or playing the tough girl, at the end of the day, it's not worth it. So, you know, I made a lot of wrong choices, a lot of wrong decisions, and of course, I wish I could take a lot of it back. But what I've done is those wrong decisions that I made, I decided to make them a learning experience and not repeat the same mistake over and over again. So, you know, that's that there. And then on the acting side, I've done some corny films, but sometimes, I'll be real, like I've been in some movies where I thought they sucked, but the pay didn't suck, so I did the movie. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, you get to a certain point where you're able to give yourself your own roles, make your own decisions, and once you have somewhat kind of a certain kind of, power is the wrong word. What's the word I'm looking for? Position. Once you're in a position where you can not have to hurt for money, you can more so decide, like, you know what, I'll do that role, but I don't want to do that role. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm not in the need for money no more. Now I'm, you know, cool and everything's, I'm not a millionaire, but I'm just saying I'm financially okay. But I'm just making a point, like once you get into a position where you are financially set somewhat, then you can decide more so, I want to do this, I don't want to do that. You can be more selective about the roles that you decide to take on.
And when you play a part and you wake up in the morning, do you feel like you're going to work, or you feel like you're doing something that you love doing?
Well, both. But you ask any actor, you ask them, where are you going? And they'll tell you straight out, I'm going to work. Any actor will tell you, I'm going to work. But for me, it's work that's fun. You know, the thing that gets me sometimes, it's the funniest thing in the world, is there are people that work 9 to 5s and they hate their life. They're miserable. And I'm like, well, change your job. Do something about it. You know what I mean? Why are you going to work somewhere that you're not happy if you're miserable every day? It doesn't make sense So to have the job that you enjoy and love doing is one of the best things in the world. You know?
Yeah. So when you go to work, you gotta be fun and everything. It's not like you don't hate being there or anything.
Oh yeah, I mean, I laugh sometimes. Sometimes I laugh and I'm like, I can't believe I'm getting paid for this. You know what I mean? But that's, you know, sometimes the cool thing about it. You know what I mean?
By the sound of it, you love this job. Is there anything you hate about it at all?
I mean, you know, you're always gonna hate something about your work. You know, like I said earlier, you got haters and you got lovers and you got fake people, you got real people. That comes with any job, period. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't let those people dictate how you act. You know what I mean? It starts with you, and then if you show, you know, the glory of God, or if you show your real walk in truth, then, you know, all that will maybe change around you, or they'll suddenly, slowly build a respect for you because they'll know, like, okay, I can't mess with this guy, or I can't mess with this guy because this guy is real. He's shown truth. He's about what he says. You know what I mean? And I always, you know, tell people, like, if you're gonna say something, do it. Don't tell people and not do it. That's just one of my pet peeves. You know, people who say and don't do. But you know, that's just where it's at.
What kind of feeling do you get like after you finish your movie and then like watch it come to life?
You know, I love it. It's funny. I just had a movie come out this weekend. I don't know if you guys knew about it, Philly Brown. It was the one with Jenny Rivera, Lou Diamond Phillips. It just came out in theater 3 days ago. And I just went to the premiere actually last Friday. And you know, it's always an accomplishment. You know, you watch yourself on the big screen and sometimes you trip out. You're like, what? Like, I can't believe I'm up there. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Hi, Dr.
How's it going?
how's it going? Good, good, good. Good to see you again. Hi. How you doing?
Good, you?
Good, good, good. Have a seat. Can you guys see me?
Yeah.
From where you are?
Yeah.
Okay.
How you doing? Good?
Good, good, good. You guys look pretty serious.
All right.
Yeah.
What made you decide to choose this career path?
You know, I didn't decide it. I sort of fell into it when I was a kid.
Okay.
We had a lot of, I grew up in Africa, and there was a lot of poverty and, you know, disease and so on. So we didn't have a doctor. Every time we got sick, you know, they would send us to a dispensary, and usually it's like some pharmacy tech that, you know, knows how to heal wounds or dispense medications and so forth. So he would give us whatever he thought we needed, and somehow we got better.
All right.
So,
You say you grew up from Africa. What made you come to America? Still staying there.
because I wanted to be a doctor.
Okay.
Yeah, and I could have gone to medical school over there
Mhm.
or to Britain and so on, but I was fascinated by America because in Ghana, I don't know if you know anything about Ghana, but Ghana is a former British colony.
Okay.
Okay, so everything there is sort of British English.
Mhm.
And when you go to school, after high school, you're expected to, if you want to go on higher education, you go to a local university, University of Ghana, or you went abroad, and the only place was Europe. You went to United Kingdom. So going to the United States was very unusual. You know, very few people did.
Okay.
So I decided to go there because I like Americans. You know, we had some. They call them Peace Corps officers, people that were teaching schools and do other things. Impressed by the way they talked. I like the American accent. I like the way they dress. I like the way the food they ate. And so I decided to come here. So I just pursued coming here, and I was lucky enough to get here.
Okay.
What was your motivation in life?
Like a person motivating me.
Yeah.
I think it was more my father in a way, you know, sort of. He indirectly gave me the background, you know, like
have any regrets in life?
In life,
Yeah.
regrets. Yeah, I guess we all have regrets, but I can't.
Big ones?
Any big ones? Um, well, big regrets. I can't think of a big one. One big regret is not following my true passion, which is to play soccer.
Okay.
I didn't do that, and I regret it.
Yeah, I saw the World Cup and Ghana almost made it to the semis.
That's right. They play Ghana plays soccer is the only game over there. Tennis and so on, they don't do as well, but they love soccer. So that's one regret, because I was very good at it, and I didn't push it.
What advice do you have to young kids who want to become doctors?
Okay, the advice I have is that you have to decide for yourself why you want to be a doctor. If you are in it for the money, I would say, think twice about it. But if you have a true passion to help people, okay, then go for it. And don't look at all the changes that are going on now in the United States, because it only affects the United States. The rest of the world is not like that. In the rest of the world, they respect doctors. They put doctors well thought of. Not because they make money, but because of what they do for mankind. And so that should be your, that should be the thing that decides it for you. If you want to go in for the money, be ready for a lot of surprises in this country. If you're going to stay in this country to work, it's not going to be lucrative for you by the time you finish. Money-wise, you could do other things that will bring you more money. But if you have a passion for helping people, then go for it. You should ignore everything else and just go for it.
Do you have a favorite quote, and why is that your favorite quote?
A quote?
A quote that you live by.
A favorite quote? That's a tough one. A favorite quote. Favorite quote. Who would? I have to think about that one.
All right.
Let's try another question, and then I'll think about that one.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
That's it?
Yeah, we just have a few questions.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, the quote, I have to think about that one. That's tough. Where did you get that from?
I don't know. I just thought about it because there's a lot of people
Really?
that have a quote that motivates them, like they live by. So I just thought about it.
Oh, you're trying to find out what motivates. Yeah, it's kind of tough with me. So if you get something, my kids ask me that all the time. How come, what drove you? Made you even decide to come all the way to this country and so on. It's driven out of need, poverty. And you don't want to live poor all your life, and you want to get out of that. So something inside of you always tells you, push, and don't stop until you get there. That's what happens, yeah. So you guys